Okay, we're just gonna wait a minute, because, as usual, as with every other stream I've done, this will cut out and then come right back. Or maybe not. This seems to be, here we go. I was right. Hey, everybody, I just want to be real quick here. It looks like the camera's right there. It's like got me on an angle, so let me see if I can do that, make it a little, like I'm looking right. But anyway, I wanted to just talk a little, and we're going to talk about the movie. It was released last week, and it really didn't do that well in the United States. It finished first for the weekend, but it came in just a little bit over the adjusted projections, which had to be adjusted down because the first couple days it didn't look like it was doing well. But the bigger one is that it did huge business in China. And then immediately after, meaning this past Monday, up throughout this week, the it's just been plummeting. The words, the reviews coming out of China said it was a horrible film, and it's just not doing well. And, this weekend, Despicable Me 3 opened, and if you have kids or know anybody with kids, you know that if you're going to go to a movie, you're going to take them to see a movie that everybody can see. And that's Despicable Me 3. So I do not see Transformers opening, taking the number one spot again. It might not. But I'm pretty sure it won't to Despicable Me 3. And unfortunately, then I just see it going down more and more. So, in layman's terms, this is the first bomb of the franchise. And, I really don't know what that means. I'll be honest, from my end of things, looking at the figures, the reviews were not doing as well as Age of Extinction. Now, yes, with Age of Extinction, you had a lot more product. You had the Creole line, you had the Construct bots. But just looking at the individual figures, they weren't doing the numbers. And at first I thought it had to do with the fact that Wave 1 was released that much earlier than the film, that basically there was this gap in interest that, people are now not going back, because really what's on shelves now is Wave 2. Which, is kind of interesting. Also, an interesting point, a lot of the stores, Toys R Us, Target, Walmart, each one has their own exclusive line for the movie. From what I understand, they only started putting those figures out last weekend, the opening weekend. And I think they missed out a lot. So, it'll be very interesting to see when or if Wave 3 hits. Because if you remember with Dark of the Moon, there was a Wave 4, I believe, with Human Alliance Soundwave and Deluxe Soundwave that basically was never released in the United States because retailers weren't interested. It got out there, but it got out there through the Asian markets. Those figures did not hit U.S. retail. And I'm thinking that might be something that could happen now. Optibonim has had a great term. He's used the term fatigue. And I think a lot of people are fatigued by the Transformers franchise, the movie franchise. So, it'll be interesting to see. I think I'm fairly certain we're going to get the Bumblebee movie. If that gets pulled, that's like a big red flag. That's Rise of Cobra level problems, and maybe in another vlog I'll talk about that. But long story short, the failure of Rise of Cobra, even though the film made money, overall it was a failure, and that has directly led to the problems Hasbro has had with G.I. Joe ever since. So, and I'll also be honest, the movie toys, I just haven't been that impressed with them. I'm not a huge movie fan. I always go with the simpler toys because those tended to do better, and a lot of the other reviewers just wouldn't touch them. But the one-step changers have been good. But the Knight Armor figures, to me, they're not as fun as the Power Battlers. Um, the Power Battlers were a lot more fun, had an interesting play feature, and really took me back to the Transformers of old. And other than that, the Titan Changers, they're just some weird enamel. They're just out there. I mean, they're really really not sure where they fit. I would say they're in that in between one step and Knight Armor. Um, but yeah, I mean, I do have Voyager Megatron. I have that review coming up. I just reviewed the Deluxe and Legion class Hot Rod. That figure was a little disappointing. No accessories. And looking over at Bolt Matrix's review, I think that little problem with the front panel tabbing in might be a production flaw. I'm not sure, but um, if you like Lockdown, you'll like Hot Rod. But again, it's a Walmart exclusive, so for a lot of people, that's going to be hard to find. Other than that, yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting couple of months now that I think that um, the last night has done what it's going to do, and it's going to be interesting to see how that affects the line going forward. So yeah, basically and let me just tell you now what's on track for this week. I would like to get Voyager Megatron up, although I'm not expecting a lot of views or you know any type of real interaction from that, because I know a ton of people got that figure early and got him up. I do have something coming that's hopefully will be here before the end of this coming week, but who knows? Um, let's just say it's a Japanese exclusive Titan Master figure that was a convention exclusive that sold out very quickly, but I was able to get one. So I hope I'm able to get that to you before the end of the week. If not, I will get it up to you as quickly as I can, probably next weekend. But other than that, I'm still chugging along. I have some videos in the backlog I might put out. Um, but yeah, so that was it. Just wanted to give my thoughts about the last night. Looks like we have a certifiable bomb in the franchise, and yeah. Let me just make sure I have the show chat message. Okay, just making sure nobody's typing anything. But yeah. Thank you for those who were watching. Done now. I just wanted to do a little quick thing, just so tide you over on the weekend, and have a great weekend. And hey, have a great and happy 4th of July. Take the time to celebrate America and those who fought and died to build this country and defend its freedoms. Take care, everybody.